Here in Las Vegas at one of the hotels, and we'll hear his instructions to the fighters now.
Let's get close, gentlemen, so you can hear me. There'll be no holding behind the neck and punching, no rabbit punching. In the event of a knockdown, the man scoring the knockdown will go to the furthest corner and stay there till I tell you to come out. All right, and when I say break, I want you both to take one step back. Understood? Shake hands and come out boxing.
Underway at the sound of the bell. Any second now, it will be Joe Bugner in the blue corner to our right, Ron Lyle to our left. Lyle, a black man, of course, and Joe Bugner from Cambridgeshire, England, throwing the first punches of the fight.
Well, those first two punches were already surprises. He was more offensive than we've seen him in the past.
Remember, in his last fight, he destroyed Richard Dunn in the first round. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2:14, I believe, was the actual stop time of that fight. His fight before that against Muhammad Ali, he lasted, underlined, 15 rounds in Kuala Lumpur. Lyle making it apparent during training he plans to fight his regular fight, didn't prepare in any special way for Bugner. Ron sees himself as an aggressive fighter who can box, can defend himself, but he likes to come and put it on you. A wild swinging left hook miss from Joe Bugner. Lyle with that left hook, but it was handled on the gloves by Bugner.
All right, boys, push off clean, push off clean.
Bugner's strength is a good left hand and a strong chin. His right hand frequently has been useless. He pushes it almost like he's painting a wall sometimes.
Bugner weighed in at 229 3/4. Trainer Andy Smith thought he would probably be down about 3 pounds from that. His previous high was 228 against Ali. He was 225 against Richard Dunn when he won that fight back last October. That gave him the European, British, and Commonwealth titles. Lyle is coming off a loss to Jimmy Young last November. The second time he had lost a decision to Jimmy Young. Good left jab by Bugner. And Lyle showing that muscle. He'll do that. He'll lean on you, much like George Foreman will. Not too fancy on his feet.
All right, you're tied up.
But he sees punches well. He landed a left hook there with Bugner backed against the ropes. Lyle been working to the body here in the first round. Right uppercut landed through the elbow guard of Joe Bugner. That one did not. Bugner took it on the elbow.
All right, boys, step it out. Don't punch it. Step back.
Bugner has a 4-inch reach advantage. Comes off the ropes well with the left jab. Short right uppercut that scored. Lyle beckoning him to the middle of the ring.
Sir, what's the hurry?
Going to rent a car.
Oh, well, you don't have to run.
Gotta run.
Oh, no, if you had an Avis Wizard number, you could walk.
Walk.
Call toll-free and let our Wizard system do the running. Just show a major credit card, license, sign, and get the car.
I don't have to run through airports?
Not with Avis.
I can walk through airports.
We try harder, Avis, we don't know another way.
I'm walking through airports.
Feel the tension as Judy Rankin competes against the world's greatest golfers in the world's richest women's golf tournament.
Watch the Colgate Dynashore Winner's Circle Championship, and you can win too. Enter the Winner's Circle Sweepstakes. The first prize is $20,000 and a Chrysler Cordoba. Look for details and money-saving coupons in your mail
or the Sunday paper, and see your store displays. Can Judy win again? Watch the Colgate Winner's Circle April 2nd and 3rd.
Begins here in Las Vegas. And there you see the scoring results of that first round on the 5-point must system. All three judges saw the round as even, so that's 5 points to each boxer.
All right, boys. boys, hold up. Stop punching. Stop punching. Stop punching. All right.
Referee Charlie Roth talking to the fighters, trying to separate them as they were tied up in Lyle's corner. Bugner seems to be content to work on the ropes in the first couple of rounds here. Bugner at the end of the first round tried to get him to come back out in the middle of the ring. The bell sounded. Good jab by Bugner, good counterpunch by Lyle. Bugner with 2 good left jabs.
All right, boys. All right, you're tied up. Stop boxing. Stop back. Step back.
Right hand lead by Lyle, taken on the arm by Bugner.
All right, boys. All right, that's enough. Stop back. Step back.
Bugner calls Lyle a red light fighter, which means that when he's offensive, when he's really coming in to hit, a red light goes on, and that Bugner intends to cover up. And at those times when he's not being offensive, that's when Bugner says he will put his red light on.
Bugner tried a kind of a slapping left jab there that missed. He tried it again, throwing it almost as a hook. A very quick motion outside, just grazed the right cheek of Lyle with a second try. As soon as Bugner has gone to the ropes, Lyle has gone in and leaned on him. It's got to take its toll over the course of the fight. Bugner covering up well over there.
All right, man. Step it out. Step back clean. Clean.
Again, Lyle working to the body.
All right, boys. Step it out. Step it back. And watch the heads.
Landed 2 hooks to the midsection in that last exchange. Bugner missed with the right-hand lead as Lyle charged him.
All right, step it out. Step back clean.
This is round 2. Tim Ryan and Larry Merchant live from Las Vegas. Left hook taken by the gloves of Joe Bugner. Approaching the end of round 2.
You want to go for a bike ride?
No. When it's right, you know it.
Something about a lazy afternoon can make you lose all your ambition, but you never lose your taste for quality. That's why we brew Schlitz the way we do.
But what do you want to do?
Let's just keep on swinging.
Why not swing a little yourself this summer? Look for the big Schlitz hammock display wherever you buy your beer.
There's just one word for beer.
JCPenney salutes the classics with free and easy sport coats and slacks. The timeless casuals, classic muted plaid sport coats, bright, bold cotton plaids, crisp single or double-breasted blazers. They're all $50. And there's a slim flare-leg summer slack to complement each jacket. The modern classics at JCPenney. They're timeless.
Well, all 3 judges gave that second round to Ron Lyle, 5 points to 4. And so Lyle with a very narrow margin of 1 point. Here in Nevada, you will seldom see anything more than a 5-4 score. It would take a knockdown and continued dominance in that round to get a 5-3 in favor of the winning fighter in a round.
You're tied up, boys. You're tied up.
So far, we've got a marathon in this fight, Tim. It's into the 3rd round.
A wild swinging right-hand lead taken on the arm by Lyle, but he really looked like he wanted to go right after Bugner, and now that left jab connects to the chin of Bugner. Left jabs by Bugner to the head of Lyle, trying to back him off, but it is Lyle forcing now. In the corner above our broadcast position, both those punches taken on the arms by Bugner. He does have defensive skills. We have talked about them. He has talked about them, and we've seen them demonstrated here. Left jabs by Bugner. Penetrating the defense of Lyle, but not with a great deal of authority so far. Each time Bugner has gone to the ropes, Lyle has gone to the body.
Lyle has a bloody nose, Tim.
You can see the redness on the body of Bugner from those body punches from Lyle. But he has not really landed a severe blow to the midsection.
All right, hold up. All right, step it back. All right,
Right hand uppercut lead from Bugner as Lyle came in on him, but Ron got his arm up to take most of the blow. Round 3, live from Las Vegas. And now Lyle having a little bit of difficulty breathing through that nose. It is indeed bleeding. And Bugner going after with a jab landed, and now with a short right uppercut from the ropes. Live boxing action on Grandstand from Las Vegas, Nevada. Ron Lyle and Joe Bugner. Now Bugner, the first time that he's thrown a combination in the middle of the ring. Good left hook from Ron Lyle, his best punch right there. The left hook over the guard of Bugner. Bugner's best, or rather Lyle's best punch of the fight so far.
There's that paintbrush right.
10 seconds remaining in round 3 as Lyle goes to the body again on the ropes.
All right, you're tied up. Step back.
And that'll be it for round 3.
I'm Tom T. Hall, here to tell you about Bonanza specials available on all 1977 Chevy fleet-side pickups. With this option package, Bonanza pickups are priced $350 less than if you ordered everything separately. Includes air conditioning, gauges, turbo hydromatic, power steering, comfort tilt wheel, special trim, and more. So get all the Bonanza packs now at participating Chevy dealers. And bring your friends.
Spring. It only comes once a year. If you want a nice, thick lawn, now's the time to do something about it. Give your lawn some Scott's Turf Builder right now. Turf Builder helps grass send off new branches, either tillers or rhizomes. This forms new grass plants that'll thicken up your lawn and fill in those thin spots. But don't wait. Before you know it, spring will be gone.
We're in round 4. And interesting, Larry Merchant, in that round, the 3 judges all saw it differently. One gave it to Lyle, one to Bugner, and one called it even. And those are the cumulative scores so far.
All right, you're tied up. Step back clean. No punches. Step back.
You get the feeling along about now that Lyle is beginning to assert his strength over Bugner, or at least his aggressiveness. It could change the long fight.
Good right hand by Lyle, right through the gloves of Bugner, set up by a left jab. Now Bugner comes back and pushed Lyle away with a straight left. Bugner after Lyle. And maybe he felt just what you described, Larry, that he had to come back and be aggressive in this round after Lyle got off well here in round 4. Lyle leading of a slight margin on 2 cards and even on another. Remember, the 3 judges will determine the outcome of this. The referee does not figure in the scoring. Good infighting by Bugner. A short right uppercut landed. Uppercut by Ron Lyle, grazing the chin of Joe Bugner. They were flat-footed there in Bugner's corner. Now referee Charlie Roth has him out in the middle of the ring. Round 4. Right hand by Lyle. Good left hook by Lyle. He's been using that right hand lead more often in rounds 3 and 4. Now Bugner with Lyle on the ropes, and Bugner doing the leaning, and that's The reverse of what happened in the first couple of rounds. Lyle weighed in at 218. Bugner at 229 3/4. And Charlie Roth, the referee, warning Joe Bugner for holding and hitting, indicating that he had his hand around the back of Lyle's head. That exchange on the far rope. Final 10 seconds of round 4. Uppercut from Bugner, but Lyle pulled away to reduce the impact. And that'll be it.
Hold up.
With the same amount of gas, you probably would have made it to that gas station if you only had something new called Mobil 1. It's a synthesized motor oil that cuts friction so well, it'll give the average car up to 10 extra miles per tank full. True, Mobil 1 costs more, but in the long run, you're miles and miles and miles ahead.
When you want to catch the whole show, Polaroid's SX70 Alpha 1 will give you pictures almost as fast as you can press the button.
That's the girl. Get with it.
Get it, Art.
Do it. Come on, sweetheart.
The sharp, clear SX70 colors come up in minutes. Get the whole show with Polaroid's SX70 Alpha 1.
Judges gave that round to Ron Lyle, 5 points to 4. To Joe Bugner, pardon me, to Joe Bugner. And Lyle comes out aggressively here at the beginning of round 5. And so on one card, we have a draw underway. Bugner leading on another card and Lyle leading on another.
All right, boys, push off, push off.
And this fight is all even at the moment. Good left hook by Bugner. Lyle sees punches very well. He doesn't move his feet so much, Larry, but he has good reflexes and moves well from the waist and moves his head well.
Just all you have to do is slide 3 inches and you neutralize the power in the punch.
And he has done that here so far. Now Bugner being warned again by Charlie Roth, and Bugner apologizes. Intended for the body of Lyle did not land. He took it on the arm. A good short right from Bugner and a good left back, followed by a short right from Ron Lyle. The best punches have been thrown from the inside.
It's curious to me, Tim, that Bugner, who has a pretty good left jab, really hasn't used it.
I think the first round is about it. And the last 3 has not used it very much. Lyle scores inside with a short left. Now Lyle leaning against those ropes, and Bugner stepped back to get a little more leverage on his punch. Bugner going to the body. 3 quick left jabs, scoring to the face of Ron Lyle. Lyle continuing to stalk Bugner over to the ropes. Left hook landed to the ear of Bugner. We're in round 5 at Las Vegas. Tim Ryan and Larry Merchant bringing you this heavyweight 12-round bout. Right hand lead by Bugner, blocked by Lyle. Lyle again showing you how he can avoid the full impact of those punches. A little bit of movement by his head and his upper body. Approaching the 15-second mark remaining here in round 5. Lyle with a short left uppercut, scoring, not much on it.
All right, boys, push off, push off.
The end of round 5.
Hey, Bert, all that takes is a lot of hot air. But all that takes is a crazy man. First one down buys the beer.
2 Schlitz Light.
Well, we agree on something.
There's just no argument. Schlitz Light Beer has all the great taste you'd expect from Schlitz. Less filling with 1/3 fewer calories than our other quality beer.
How about another?
You're not so crazy after all.
With all of the different tire prices, it can be confusing. How do you know what a good tire value is? Well, here's the straight talk from Sears. Guardsman tires are Sears' lowest price tires in every type. Guardsman 4-ply from $16.50. Guardsman belted from $22.88. Guardsman radial from $29.88. Guardsman, backed by Sears. So you know they're good tires. Sears, for straight talk, good values, and satisfaction.
There you see the scoring, and Bugner is now ahead on 2 cards, and the third judge has it even.
2 of the judges gave that last round to Joe Bugner. Pardon me, all 3 gave it to Joe Bugner, leading to those cumulative point totals you just saw. Bugner on the ropes and Lyle digging away to the body. Lyle lost his balance trying to move off the ropes.
All right, step it out clean. Step back clean, man.
Bugner, you saw looking over his shoulder, listening to instructions from Andy Smith, his manager. Good left, short left from Bugner scored to the head of Ron Lyle. Lyle comes back with a short left of his own, and Bugner wrestles him into the ropes again. Comes off with a good left hook to the ear of Ron Lyle. We're in round 6, scheduled for 12. Ron Lyle just missed with a straight right as Bugner got his head back in time.
All right, push off, man. Push off clean.
No damage done there by Bugner as Lyle stopped him with his arm. That took by Bugner landing to the ear of Lyle. Has not been able to really come straight through with that.
Looks to me, Tim, that Lyle in the last minute and a half or so has been trying for a big punch. I wonder if he's getting a little tired.
Digging to the body immediately above our broadcast position.
All right, man, push off clean. Push off clean.
The referee is Charlie Roth. That right hand landed to the cheekbone of Joe Bugner, but again without a great deal of impact. Good left from Bugner. Scoring.
All right, man, stop punching, push off.
Bugner has seemed most comfortable on the ropes. Lyle leaning on him. He's got his chin right on Bugner's chest. There's that kind of slapping punch that Bugner uses. Starts out looking like a jab, winds up as a light hook. Final seconds of round 6.
The unbelievable Dodge Aspen? Meet the believers.
I believe it.
Well, I believe it.
I'm a believer.
You're a believer in your Dodge Aspen? Do you have an Aspen like this one?
I got a super pack option with mine.
Why are you a believer in your Aspen?
It was a good-looking car. The handle nice.
What else?
I got a good deal with it.
You did get a good deal on your Aspen. Is that important to you?
Very important.
Why?
Because I don't like to spend money that I don't need to.
The Aspen Coupe starts at $35.82. See it, price it, drive it, and believe.
Who's round? Let's shoot pool for it. The table's busy. You want to arm wrestle? Tennis elbow. Darts? Darts.
When it's right, you know it. When it's good, you feel it.
Some things you just know are right, like Schlitz. We brew it that way because we know you never lose your taste for quality.
There's just one word for beer.
I think I've been hustled.
And you know it.
2 judges gave the last round to Bugner. One of them gave it to Lyle, and there is the cumulative total so far.
A split decision through the first half of the fight in favor of Bugner.
We are in round 7 here, scheduled 12-rounder, live from Las Vegas. Joe Bugner, the white man, and Ron Lyle from Denver, Colorado. And you can see the welts now on Joe Bugner's body as Lyle has done most of his damage to the body. And in that infighting along the ropes, where Bugner has been content to park himself.
In the parlance of boxing, Tim, Bugner is getting off better. When they're both standing there and squaring off and waiting to see who's going to punch, Bugner generally beats him to the punch. Right there. There again.
2 good jabs from Joe Bugner. He had bloodied the nose of Ron Lyle in round 2, but we have not seen any blood from the nose since that time. Bugner would like to go to work on it again.
Shove off both ways. All right.
Bugner jabbing more now than he did through the last 3 rounds. And he's landing it now. Lyle coming from the outside and Bugner defending well with elbows and gloves.
Stop punching. All right, step it out clean. Step it out.
Neither fighter has been able to land much when they've been in the middle of the ring. A left uppercut from Lyle got through to Bugner's jaw. Bugner using his weight on Lyle over there. The far side of the ring.
All right, you're tied up. Step back clean.
In Ron Lyle's corner. Sam Boardman, his trainer, hollering up instructions at him. Raising left hook from Lyle. Very close fight here through 7 rounds, the way we see it and the way the judges see it. Some free swinging in the middle of that ring, really for the first time in the fight. Neither fighter connecting with anything serious. 10 seconds remaining in round 7.
All right, man,
but it looks like they'll finish it near Ron Lyle's corner as Charlie Ross separates them.
Golf's top pros compete for $235,000 in prize money in the Greater Greensboro Open, Saturday and Sunday, April 2nd and 3rd on NBC.
The Greater Greensboro Golf Tournament will be seen on NBC the weekend of April 2nd and 3rd. And we're seeing right now a good, solid heavyweight fight. No knockdowns. And both fighters, perhaps, Brian, fighting a little out of their style. I think Bugner punching more than he normally would, and Lyle perhaps fighting a little more carefully and not just wild swinging.
Lee, I'm impressed by 2 things. I'm impressed by the aggressiveness of both fighters. I think Bugner is coming out and taking the fight to Lyle, counter-punching well, but still taking his shots where he can, and Lyle advancing all the time. And I'm impressed by the pace. For 2 big guys, 2 guys that are touching around the 230 level, they're throwing a lot of punches. They're setting a heck of a pace.
Of course, we're about halfway through that fight right now, and perhaps the pace in the early going will begin to tell on these fighters. We're going back now to the ring. Tim Ryan and Larry Merchant.
Okay, Lee, we're ready here now for round 8. And the scoring in that last round, Lyle was given 1, and he was given 2 of the 3 decisions by the officials in that round 7. 2 of them saw it for Ron Lyle, the other saw it for Joe Bugner, and you just saw the cumulative scoring so far. Very close fight, as seen by the 3 judges here, Harold Buck, Art Lurie, and Harold Miller. Scheduled for 12 rounds. Neither fighter has really landed a devastating punch of any kind, anything that would stagger a man or upset him. Lyle backed away from that punch by Joe Bugner that had him off balance, but really from his own backing away, not from the impact of the blow.
No punching. All right.
Neither fighter has been in any trouble at all. Lyle's body punching has purpled the skin of Joe Bugner, particularly on his left side.
All right, push off clean. Push off clean.
Lyle throws very heavy punches, similar in that respect to George Foreman, perhaps not so heavy. Halfway through round 8. Both these heavyweights have taken turns working from the ropes.
All right, Joe, hold on. All right.
Right hand lead by Lyle, pushed up over the shoulder by Bugner. Short left, landing. There's that slapping punch from Bugner.
All right, hold it up, hold it up. Joe, put hold back in there. All right,
you heard Charlie Roth again warning Joe Bugner against holding behind the head of Ron Lyle.
all right, step it back clean.
Right hand lead missed as Lyle ducked under it. Digs back to the body. Short uppercut from Lyle.
No punching. No punching. All right.
The left side of Bugner's body looks like someone has been dabbing at it with some red paint.
Right hooks to the body have created that color on Bugner's left side. 5 seconds remaining in round 8.
Da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. Hi, I'm Track 2 Shave Cream.
Hey, you can't use my name.
Why? Would you let family?
But I'm different. You can feel the difference when you use me.
Hey, me too. I've got skin conditioners. Here, feel the difference. I make a face feel great during a shave.
Well, you do feel different.
And I make a face feel soft and smooth after a shave.
Skin conditioners. Wow, I feel great.
Track 2 Shave Cream with skin conditioners.
Okay, kids, see you in the morning.
Max, I won't get dressed without my right guard.
I'm reading.
I won't get dressed without my right guard.
What right guard?
My right guard! Right guard, double protection. It protects me so well. It also helps protect my clothes from wetness, stains, and odor. That's why I won't get dressed without my right guard.
I was reading.
Right Guard Double Protection Antiperspirant. Spray or roll-on. Don't get dressed without it.
Hey, Max, tomorrow night, don't get dressed without your right guard.
Round 9 coming up.
And we have a draw through 8 rounds now, Tim.
Very close contest, and I can't quarrel with any of that so far. The continuing controversy as to whether or not the scoring should be made public as it goes along. Some fight fans say yes, some say no, some say depends on where the fight is.
One of the judges said he wouldn't want to do this in a place like Mexico where the fans are so impassioned. But I do think it's a good idea. We know exactly where the fight is, and I think it will heighten the tension as we go through these last few rounds.
Well, particularly in this case because it's so very, very close.
All right, push off, man. Push off.
Joe Bugner and Ron Lyle live from Las Vegas. Round 9, scheduled for 12. Tim Ryan and Larry Merchant. And the grandstand crew, Lee Leonard and Brian Cubble, all here to bring this boxing action to you. We joined us later, Armando Muniz won a first-round knockout over Antonio Leyva in our welterweight fight. We've got more heavyweight action coming up on the 11th of May here on NBC. In prime time, you will see Ken Norton and Dwayne Bobbick, and the outcomes of both these fights affecting the top rankings in the heavyweight division. Particularly with that surprising loss by George Foreman to Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young is no longer going to be surprising, I guess. Bugner has Ron Lyle over in Lyle's corner.
Push off.
Lyle continuing to throw right hooks to the body of Bugner. Now he lands with a left hook off the ropes. Both fighters have done their best punching by being on the ropes and countering from there. Neither has been hurt at any time. A slight bloodied nose suffered by Ron Lyle in the second round and has not bled since then. Lyle unable to penetrate those gloves, arms, and elbows of Joe Bugner in that exchange. Right hook missed by Bugner. The other one blocked. There's a good shot by Bugner. A straight right to the face of Ron Lyle. That's Bugner's best punch of the night. Lyle backing against the ropes. A straight right. We're in the final 4 seconds of this round. The end of round 9, and a good straight right by Joe Bugner. His best punch of the fight. Lyle's best punch came earlier, but I would say that that one by Bugner had a lot more impact, and we're going to see it again. Watch for a straight right for Bugner right there. I believe that's the punch. Yes, it is. It sent Lyle back into the ropes. Our view of it on the slow motion, not the greatest from there, but you could see Lyle go back into the ropes, and he was not hurt by it. But it did straighten him right up and knock him back into the ropes. The best punch of the fight so far for Bugner.
That paintbrush turned into a hammer momentarily.
All 3 judges have scored that round in favor of Joe Bugner. 5-4, 5-4, and 5-4. There's the cumulative count for you.
So there you see it. Bugner is ahead on two cards. Lyle on one. Bugner has a 1-point edge on one of the cards, however.
We're now in round 10. Here in the Tennis Pavilion in Las Vegas, the site of the upcoming Connors Nastase WCT Challenge Cup final you'll be seeing here on NBC. Good left jab by Bugner. Remember, it's scheduled for 12 rounds. We are in round 10. Tim Ryan with Larry Merchant to describe this heavyweight action for you, and it's been a grueling kind of a fight. A lot of body punching by Ron Lyle. Some effective jabbing by Joe Bugner, kind of on and off. He has not been consistent with that, but he has counterpunched well from this position, right here on the ropes. Each fighter has landed only one significant punch. And the best of those two, the one you saw moments ago in round 9, a straight right by Joe Bugner.
All right, push off, man, push off.
Now Bugner is bleeding from the nose, the first time in the fight for him.
And bleeding heavily, Tim.
The left side of Bugner, as you can see, the welts on it from that body punching from Lyle. And Lyle finally getting to the nose of Bugner in this round. A good straight left from Bugner. Caught Lyle coming in. Lyle now moves Bugner to the ropes, trying to get through those upraised gloves. Can't do so on that exchange.
All right, push off, man, push off.
When Bugner used to fight as though he was trying to balance a teacup on his head, he didn't get this bloody. But now that he's being a little bit more aggressive, he's exposing himself to more punches.
That uppercut from Lyle got to that nose of Bugner again. Bugner now bleeding profusely from the nose. A right to the body by Lyle. The left hook was blocked by Bugner. Intended for the head. Bugner seems to have slowed somewhat here in round 10. Lyle forcing him.
I think that blood has excited Lyle a bit. He's coming on a little stronger now.
Definitely been moving forward all through this 10th round. Ron Lyle of Denver. Lyle landing to the outside of the body of Joe Bugner. As this round 10 comes to a close, Lyle on the ropes.
J.C. Penney salutes the classics with free and easy sport coats and slacks. The timeless casuals. Classic muted plaid sport coats, bright, bold cotton plaids, crisp single or double-breasted blazers. They're all $50. And there's a slim flare-leg summer slack to complement each jacket. The modern classics at JCPenney. They're timeless.
This is an aircraft maintenance log. You'll find one on every licensed plane in the country, because up there is no place for a mechanical failure. This is the Napa Gold Hat maintenance log for your car. It has many of the same features, because a failure here can be dangerous, too. Protect your car with Napa parts and this maintenance log. It's free from participating Gold Hat pros displaying this sign. No vehicle should be without one.
That's NAPA. We help keep America moving.
All three judges gave that round to Ron Lyle. And there you see how it stands through 10 rounds. We are now in round 11.
It's a dead even fight.
And if you've been keeping score at home, you've got a chance to match your expertise against that of the judges here. So much has been said about subjective and objective judging of boxing matches. A good right shot by Ron Lyle. That's his best punch of the fight. A straight right that caught Bugner backing up onto the ropes.
Bugner now looks like one of his countrymen, of course, bleeding Henry Cooper. Former heavyweight who's known for being a hemophiliac in the ring.
Short left hook by Lyle landed to the cheekbone of Bugner, and you can see Lyle trying to work on that nose when he's inside with short uppercuts, short hooks thrown tight into the body. Left jab missed by Bugner. Right above our microphones now as Lyle comes straight at Bugner. Bugner landing with that right hand, but with nothing on it by the time it arrived. Left to the body by Bugner scores. Counter punching by Ron Lyle. Taken on the arms by Bugner. Lyle effectively ducking under the hooks from Bugner on that exchange. Appearing a little bit arm weary here as he looked like he just wanted to rest for a few seconds, worked his way over to the far ropes and leaned back. Wild left hook missed by Bugner. Short uppercut landed by Lyle. We're in round 11. Live from Las Vegas. Two big heavyweights who have really been working each other over. Nobody has done any serious damage so far. There's a good short left hand from Ron Lyle, scoring to the head of Bugner. Judges gave Lyle that last round, all three of them. And now that nose bleeding again from Joe Bugner as we have 6 seconds remaining in round 11. And that'll be it.
The Brewers take on the Yankees, followed by the Padres against the Reds in a season premiere doubleheader. Saturday, April 9th, beginning at 1 Eastern Time on NBC.
NBC's coverage of the 1977 baseball season will start with a doubleheader Saturday, the 9th of April. We'll have Milwaukee and the New York Yankees in Game 1, Game 2, San Diego and Cincinnati. And that, of course, will start our entire summer-long coverage of the baseball game of the week on NBC with Joe Garagiola and Tony Kubek. Now we have one more round coming up in this Ron Lyle-Joe Bugner fight, a fight that's been a tough heavyweight match. And to set us up for the final round, back to ringside, Tim Ryan and Larry Merchant.
Here is a look at some of that action from round 11 as we approach the final round. And again, Ron Lyle able to open up the nose somewhat of Joe Bugner, get it started bleeding again. He has not cut it all, but the impact of the blows have had his nose bleeding.
It's Lyle's fight to win now. Bugner must take this round to get a draw.
Very, very close. As we head into the last round, you know exactly where we stand with the three judges scoring at ringside. Fighters out in the middle of the ring, somewhere they have not been through the course of this fight. Now Bugner lands with a combination. And a left hook grazing the jaw of Lyle. And he caught Lyle coming in with a jab. Lyle just muscles him over to the far side of the ring. You saw Bugner talking to his corner from there. We're in the final round. Joe Bugner and Ron Lyle. Right hook by Bugner got a piece of Lyle, but he slipped the worst of it. Left jab lands to the face of Lyle coming in. Lyle still forcing, and Bugner now catching him with that jab as Lyle comes at him. Bugner again bleeding from the nose. Missed with a left jab. Short left from Lyle that landed, not too much on it. But right grazed and a good left uppercut from Lyle. It scored.
If Lyle wins this fight, it would be a mild upset. Bugner is favored, a slight favorite. Although with the age differential, Lyle being 35 and Bugner being 27, you would think that Bugner would be coming on at this point.
The 12th and final round. A left jab by Bugner lands. Lyle trying to stay inside him. Both of them looking a little arm weary now, as you might expect, through 12 grueling rounds. Bugner landing, but without too much on it. We have 10 seconds remaining in the fight. Lyle on the ropes, and Bugner trying to find a place to hit, and that's it.
The 1977 Thunderbird cleared for takeoff.
Well, we've got the decision upcoming right behind us. So let's listen to it. Chuck Hull, the ring announcer.
56-54, Lyle. Judge Art Lurie scores 55-54, Bugner. And Judge Hal Miller decides it, scoring 57-52. The winner by a split decision, Ron Lyle.
Well, there you hear it, a split decision for Ron Lyle. And a very close fight. You were able to keep track of it as it went along. Brian Campbell will be talking with the winner momentarily. 57-52 for Lyle, 56-54 for Lyle, 55-54 for Joe Bugner. And Larry, how did you feel about the decision? Any quarrel with it?
I don't think there can be any quarrel with it. His aggressiveness told in the end. He kept coming on. One official liked Bugner through the early rounds with his boxing and gave him more credit than the other officials did, but I don't think there's any quarrel, and I don't think that Bugner has any quarrel with it either.
Were you surprised at all? Did you think that we might see a knockout in this fight?
Never. I would have bet my life that this fight would have gone the distance. Bugner takes too good of a punch, and he doesn't punch that hard that he would knock out a man like Lyle.
The only thing that surprised me in viewing it was that we did not see a whole lot of very heavy hitting blows that landed. They never hurt each other during the course of the fight. I think I recounted maybe 2 good shots for Lyle, 1 for Bugner, and that was about it.
But I do think the cumulative impact of all of the punches will be felt far longer after the fight than if they had landed a few stunning punches, because both of them went through a grueling fight.
No question. They really wore each other down. They'll be tired and ready to have a little rest after this one, I'm sure. We're trying to get Ron Lyle over with Bryant Gumbel, and we'll also be listening to Reg Gutteridge from ITV on the English television network at the same time as he and Bryant both talk about it. Let's go to
Okay.
Brian Gumble.
Standing here with Ron and Reg Gutteridge of ITV. Ron, any surprises? Was he a little more aggressive than you thought he'd be?
No.
Really?
Because, you know, all fighters are aggressive, man, you know. And I was fortunate. Things went good for me. I think I'm on the right track now. You know, after coming off a frustrating loss, when you know your abilities, and I had injuries to my leg, but that's the game, and I have to learn to accept the bitter with the sweet. Now I hope that it will be a little more sweet now. And what I'm going to do now is try and direct my own destiny. I'm my own man. My brother's my manager. My mother will reap all benefits. They have children of 19 kids. One died in the Vietnam War. He shed his blood for this country. So now I feel as though my mother should be able to get some of the million-dollar gates of this country.
Ron, were you aware that after about the 7th round that you were behind?
Well, I fight as though I'm behind all the time, you know, because of the fact that you should never think that you're ahead, because when you think you're ahead, you have a tendency to let up, you know. And so Sam Borman, he just kept pushing me, you know.
Reg, do you have anything to add?
Well, I must say that Bugner's been very fair about it. He was disappointed with his own showing, Rod, and he thought you boxed extremely well. Were you a bit disappointed in him? Do you think he was going to be any better than that?
Bugner had represented his country very well. I think he should be very proud. He hasn't fought in 2 years with my caliber of fighter.
Yeah.
And so
you thought that was his mistake, not having fought for 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So all I had to do was just keep pressing him.
Ron, what's next in line?
Well, me and my brother, we're going to go back and Sam, and we're going to talk about it. Right now, I'm going to take my little daughter to Disney World and give her a little education.